Live. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, and welcome to Thankful Thursday here on Gratitude Happy Hour. And since it's Thankful Thursday, I have
Uh-oh, we went frozen.
back. Am I back? No?
Yeah, it just kind of froze for a minute.
Yeah, it was my computer. I got the message. My internet was a little unstable. But hi, I was just saying it's Thankful Thursday, and that means that I have Karen.
We keep freezing. It says it's live and it's on. And Teri keeps freezing. And happy Gratitude Happy Hour, everybody. And Teri will be back in just a minute. I'm Karen Palmer. I am her co-host for Thursdays, Thankful Thursdays. And I don't know why you keep freezing.
I don't know. I guess it's the energy.
It's the energy, I guess. Yep, could be.
Am I back now?
You seem to be back now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is fun. You know, when we have things like that happen, we have no control over it. So we have a choice. We can get upset. We can rant and rave and cuss at our computer. But really, if we just say, oh, okay, it happened. Whatever is going to happen happens. And I know that Spirit's in control and the angels are here. So you know what? It is what it is.
And that to me is the greatest and most powerful statement that we can say for ourselves. It is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is. And, can we be deeply satisfied with what is? Because if we can just be satisfied with what is, then we aren't fighting against it. There's those three ways that we deal with the moment. And the first is to make it a friend, to love it, to be grateful for it. The next is to make it an enemy and fight against it. And this shouldn't be happening. And why is this happening? And the last part is to make it the means to an end, I'll just get through this moment to get to the next moment. But we really miss all these joyful opportunities to have incredible experiences when we try to rush through something that feels painful at the time. Even if it is painful at the time, it's there for a reason.
It is.
And you have to accept that it's there. you can't fight it that it's not there.
It's allowing it instead of pushing against it. And I heard an Abraham video once where she was explaining when that resistance is there, it's like trying to row your boat upstream. You're fighting against that current so hard to get that boat going that direction.
Yeah.
If you just turn the boat around and just let it float downstream, everything just falls into place. So it's like, that's why I can laugh when the computer freezes and the internet says it's unstable. I'm like, okay, I can't do anything about that. The angels, they take over, they fix it. So.
It's so beautiful that we can just step back and say, this is divine guidance. This is divine order. And it's okay. However it's playing out, we're just, the players in this movie that we have our life. And, we just have to realize that what I love and what has made so much peace for me is just being out in nature and looking up at the sky and remembering that I am the sky. And all of my emotions, all of my feelings, all of my frustrations, all of my attachments, all of my expectations are the clouds just going by. All of my relationships, all the people in my life, I am the sky, and then everybody who goes by is the cloud. And then when I didn't realize that for the longest time, I was trying to grab those clouds and keep those clouds, and trying to bring those clouds in and finding a way to, first of all, I think emotions are such a gift now. I feel like they really are our GPS
Mhm.
to everything. The instant that I feel a little teeny tiny bit frustrated or irritated, that means I've stepped away from my true nature. My true nature is love and joy and playfulness and fun. And as soon as I feel like, oh, this has got to get done, then I'm out and I am not me anymore. I am not my true self. I'm not my true nature. And I find it so fun to really catch myself as soon as I get the slightest bit nervous, the slightest bit a thought comes into my head, and I think, wait, what am I thinking? Do I want more of that? Because what I think about, I bring about. And it's just so amazing when that happens. Hi, Carol Ann. Hi, Carol Ann Cross. I
Really
love it that we're all together here. Happy, happy,
with
happy
us,
hour.
Captain Kovacs. We've got a great group of people watching, and thank
Happy Thankful Thursday.
and Karen, I'm really grateful for that analogy that you did, because yes, we are living out our movie. And it's one that we decided we're going to be the star role of. We
We
chose
write the
that.
script. We
We
wrote the
chose it.
script.
And when we realize that we chose it,
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
we get out of that victimhood mentality, don't we? Let's talk about
Absolutely.
that for a minute, because many times when people are in that mode of things falling apart,
Yeah.
things really being a heavy challenge, and
Yeah.
there's a tendency to look outside and say, "Oh, you did this to me. It's because of this that I'm feeling this way." But if you get out of that and realize you are in control, you're the one that decided to do this, then there is no blame. You lose that blame, and you look at, okay, what do I need to do about this? How do I need to look at this with different eyes, with the spiritual eyes? Let's talk about that, because that, I feel like that is so important, especially right now. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that feel so powerless with
Right.
what's happening. So it's not happening to us, it's
Right.
happening for us. And let's talk about that a little bit, if you would.
Well, I really believe that we give our power away, and I'm a perfect example of that, because I realized that I did that. I gave my power away by blaming somebody else for the way they were treating me. But what the way they were treating me was mirroring what I believed about myself.
Mhm.
And the truth is that this is the universal law. There is absolutely nothing that can be changed about that. If I have a limiting belief about myself and I am believing something that is not true, but I believe it, I have free will. So I have the human experience of suffering. So I get to choose whether this is a playground or a prison. The angels told me that so long ago, and they said, Karen, keep showing them it's a playground. You show people it's a playground, and people want to be around that because they know that in their heart, they mirror that. And the people who resonate with what you're saying are people who believe that in themselves. The people who don't resonate with that and say, you're just too airy fairy, and you're just too Pollyanna, and you just think that everything's going to be easy peasy. And I personally do think everything's going to be easy peasy. I like believing that everything is easy peasy lemon squeezy myself. I love to say that to myself out loud. And when something feels like it's a struggle or it's hard, I stop right then and I bring my hands to my heart and I say, stop, self, my real self, take over, please. And that instantly gets me out of the victim mode and realizing I am in charge of this experience. Nobody can tell me, take away my belief in myself. And if I believe that I need somebody to love me, or I believe that I need somebody to believe in me, or I need somebody's approval, then I'm giving, literally handing over all of my power to that person.
Mhm.
So to me, it's, and then another piece of it is, if we're righteous, if we're self-righteous, or we feel entitled, those are not our true essence. Those are not our true self. And so when we feel those energies and we feel that, and we go down the rabbit hole of it, you're like, I'm entitled. I am entitled. I deserve that. And it should be this way, and it needs to be this way. And it's not that way, right? So I'm not accepting what is. I am fighting what is. So I'm going up that
Going
stream.
upstream. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my paddles and I'm trying to go upstream, and it makes no sense. And that's the thing about I believe, um, when something is happening for us in our life, and we feel that in some way it shouldn't be happening, we really, really need to go within, or we go without.
Mhm.
And that's the truth. If we have a belief of lack and scarcity, if we have a belief that we're not lovable, if we have a belief that I need somebody to believe in me, I need you to believe in me. You need to, I'm so grateful that you believe in me. I'm so, it's nice to feel that somebody believes in you. It's wonderful. But when you need that person to believe in you, and that person just can't be that for you all the time. That person is dealing with their own stuff. And if you are living your life and you're happy and you're living a beautiful life, and they don't feel happy and they don't feel joyful about their life, they're going to try and project their unhappiness onto you, and they're going to not believe in you anymore and not see you as amazing anymore. And that's okay, because that's the human experience.
That's their movie.
That's their
Their
movie.
movie. And
That's,
that when we get into that mode of I need,
yeah,
we're going into a lack mentality. We're saying there's
absolutely.
something missing, so
Yep,
I need. And so you grab onto whatever it is that you're perceiving that you're lacking, instead of feeling into your own power, right? Uh, Oh
absolutely.
my gosh, I know there's been many times when I'm like, why am I feeling like this? And it was because I was feeling that lack.
Yeah,
So the only way we can fill up that space is with our own self-love and self-care. We can't depend on
absolutely.
anything outside of us to feel that inside of us.
It's really, really that simple. It really, really is that simple. You know, it doesn't matter how many years that you have had that belief. If you change that belief, you have freedom, and you have eternal freedom, and you have eternal happiness. Because if your happiness is not dependent on any outside circumstances, and your happiness is dependent on you and your connection with your true nature and your true self, if that's your happiness, no matter what is happening outside, if you get sick, if somebody dies, it doesn't matter if somebody, is unkind to you, if somebody, decides to reject you, if somebody decides that they want to abandon you, you can't be abandoned if you don't believe that you can be abandoned. You can't be abandoned. You
Right.
can't be rejected. It's the power that we really have. And it's something that we so easily give away.
Mhm.
And it's interesting because I started channeling and I started automatic writing back in 2014, when I made the wish for global kindness to go viral. And they asked me to write my book, Global Kindness Going Viral. And when I was getting those messages, I was questioning every turn, I was like, oh, should I write that? Should I write that? I was questioning. And the angels said to me, they said it so beautifully, so gently. You humans love confirmation. You have all these cards, you have all these readings, you do all this stuff, you have all this confirmation, but you love to complicate our messages to you.
Oh, right.
Just write what we said.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, silly. My Pepe, my grandpa used to always sign that sealed with a kiss, SWAK and KISS. Keep it simple, silly. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, and so that was something that I wanted to kind of share, Teri.
Okay, can you say hello to people, and then I would love to.
Yes, let's share. Yes, let's say hello.
Wendy Adelaide Roberts is one of our moderators in
Hi,
the
Wendy.
River Family Group, and she does a beautiful job. Thank you, Wendy, for finding us. Wendy
Thank you,
is
Wendy.
watching. Belinda Dawn Michaud, who is right here in the area where Gerald Ann and I are, and Shar. I don't
Hi,
know
Belinda.
Shar, but hi and welcome. And welcome to everybody that's jumping in with us today. This is Thankful Thursday on Gratitude Happy Hour. And Karen, I would love for you to share that with us. You're right.
Yeah, we're talking about what we're grateful for. And I think one thing that I'm so grateful for is I've taken my power back and I feel free again. I feel strong. I feel loving. I feel beautiful. I feel vibrant. I feel, vivacious and excited. And, there's something that we have inside of us that nobody can take away. And when you find that part inside of you, you have true freedom. And I think I really, for the first time in my human experience, in this human body, in this human experience, this is the first time in my Karen Palmer experience that I can say, ain't nothing gonna steal my joy.
Right. Because you're not giving it to anybody.
Because nobody can take it. Yeah.
You're not, well, we allow that, don't
How
we?
do you take your power back? We just talked about that, Catherine.
Hi.
Yeah. So we take our power back by being our true self and being our true nature, and knowing that no outside circumstance, no person, no relationship, no experience, no illness, absolutely nothing can take away your absolute happiness.
Right.
There's happiness that is conditional, and then there's happiness that is unconditional. Unconditional happiness is how you take your power back. That's how you live in this world and not of it. That's what Jesus talked about, and that's what Buddha talked about, and that's what Krishna talked about. They all shared the same message. The secret, heaven, is in your heart. It's not where you go after you pass, after you leave your physical body. It's in your heart. The unified field, even heart math has actually done the science now and has shown that the unified field is our heart. And when we're connected heart to heart, we are in the unified field. The Akashic records, all of these energies that we have labeled as humans, the angels have explained to me, we don't need labels. Right. We as humans love labels. We love to label everything. So this was, and this is going to help you, Catherine. First of all, I
absolutely. And I just wanted to add the question of how do we take our power back? The important thing to look at is, how do we lose that power in the first place? We give it away by allowing other people to make us feel little, make us feel small. And we allow that. It's not that they just do it, we allow it. And to take it back, you stop allowing that. You start saying, I am worthy. I deserve good. I deserve the best in life. And you start to realize how important you are to yourself. That's where your power comes back when you really see yourself the way God sees you, that
Mhm.
you are important, you are beautiful, and you are powerful. And then you start to feel that. And there's many ways that you can increase that feeling of being powerful. And the mantras, the beautiful affirmations, you can use those every day to feel into that power. I just wanted to add that in, Karen, before you share about the automatic writing.
Yeah, and the mantra that I do every morning that helps so much is Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And that means once I tune into me, I'm free. Once I tune into my own energy, I'm free. So that's another way. And just when you bring your thumbs in like this and you drop your thumbs into your breastbone and you close your eyes, that secretes the pineal gland, and you push right there, and then I do Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Guru Dev Namo Guru Dev Namo. Once I tune into me, I'm free. Into me, I'm free. Into me, I'm free. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Guru Dev Namo Guru Dev Namo. And you can feel the frequency change.
You do. Yeah.
It's a sound healing. It's a vibration. But mantras, Catherine, are ways for us to get out of our head and into our heart space. And so a mantra kind of just bypasses our subconscious and gets us more conscious into our truth. And so the mantra, because a lot of times our subconscious will tell us, well, I don't feel that I'm all that powerful and I don't feel all that strong. But our true consciousness, our true self, will say, you're the most powerful person in your life. That is yes, that is a mantra. It's a Sanskrit mantra, and it's for Kundalini Yoga, Wendy. I am a Kundalini Yoga instructor. And so it is the way that we tune in when we start our practice. And I'll actually do some. I'd like to do some Kundalini yoga at another time, so that people can learn, because it's been helping me so much during this time. Plus, I'll give you another real quick thing that you can do. It's called Breath of Fire. And when you bring your hands, this is a mudra, and the mudra is a Gyan mudra, and it means peace is in my hands. So when we make the okay sign, this is also in NLP, if you make the okay sign, that gives you confidence and courage. So I teach this to the kids too. But when you do this and you bring your hands up, you're going to do your breath of fire. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a quick sniff in and a quick sniff out through your nose, and you're going to sniff up, sniff out, sniff up, sniff out. I'm going to do it real quick and show you, okay? You want the elbows to come down, right down to your side, and you want the arms to go straight up ahead, and you want to keep your fingers in that. That will help your first of all, it helps you to increase your immune system. It also helps with your breathing. If you're having any kinds of respiratory issues or anything, if you have asthma, it's a wonderful thing to do if you have asthma. I cleared asthma. I was told I was going to have asthma, and I started doing these breathing exercises, and I never had to use an inhaler again. So, I mean, there's so many ways that we can learn how to utilize our body and really empower ourselves through these times when, and it also, using these mudras and these mantras and ancient wisdom just brings us to a place of peace and calm inside. And that and gratitude is 50% increase in your immune system when you're grateful.
Yes. Sharon Boyle has joined us.
Yay.
And Wendy does say that she has problems with asthma. And Wendy, we're going to work with you on that language, because when we own a disease or something in our life, then that makes it more powerful inside of us. So anytime
Our word is our wand.
our word, we create with our words and with
Yeah.
our thoughts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to hook you two up, and Karen, I would love for you to show her some more of
Definitely.
how to do that, to work with
Yeah,
that. And yeah, we'll do
definitely.
some more of the Kundalini yoga, and maybe
Yeah,
maybe you can do a class.
I'd love to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
So another thing that what I was talking to Teri about was I actually started automatic writing back in 2014. And I wrote some stuff down for myself to help me so that when I was comfortable, blessings to you too, Sharon. I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so glad you tuned in too, Wendy. We'll definitely work on that with you. I'll be happy to send you a video too. I have a video that I can send you that will help also. But automatic writing is another form of taking your power back, because it's about trusting your own inner wisdom. It's about trusting your own inner guidance. And for me, it was really comfortable for me because my whole life I had had the relationship with the angels. And so when they were coming to me and I was starting to get clear, very clear messages of what was mine to do, that I had asked to be a channel, I had asked to be a vehicle to help, to be of service in any way that I could. That's our free will. So when we make that, declaration and we say, angels use me, or God use me, or Jesus use me, get ready, get ready, get ready, because they will. And they'll use you in a really gentle way. They'll never make you feel bad. If you feel bad about something that God or the angels or Jesus is saying to you, that's not your true self. That's not the true message.
right.
And because God and the angels and our beautiful ascended masters and Jesus and all the beautiful non-physical guides and teachers, they never ever put us down. Never
Well,
ever.
love. They're just love.
They're just love. And so if they'll put an idea into your head and they'll say, this may be beneficial to you, this could help the world, this could help humanity. When I made the wish for global kindness to go viral, it opened the floodgates for all of these non-physical, all these non-physical helpers that had left their body but were focused on peace and kindness, like Wayne Dyer and Louise Hay. And so when you get messages, you can tune into the frequency of that energy. And when you tune into the frequency of that energy and you just let yourself write, and you don't edit it or anything, you just write. So this is what I had here. Automatic writing for the written form of channeling. All people are technically channels who can learn the art of automatic writing. Now, this is what came to me, and then I wrote this down. So I wrote it down so that I wouldn't forget, so that when I was doing it again, this came to me when I was writing my book and when I was saying to the angels, I don't think I can do it. I don't feel strong enough. And this is what they said. Be completely free of all distractions. Use a paper and pen and be in a quiet, receptive mode. Do meditation or activation before and stay in a relaxed position as you sit up and begin to write. You will want to allow your physical body to be an instrument that allows energy to move through it freely as possible. You can do a body scan to start. So doing a body scan is going at the top of your head and checking in and relaxing all the parts of your body as you go down. Internally relaxing each and every muscle. So you go through and you consciously say, I'm going to relax my forehead. I'm going to relax the sides of my eyes. I'm going to relax under my eyes. I'm going to relax my jaw. And you go through and you just go through all the parts and you just do a body scan. I do this with the kids all the time. They love it. Consciously intend to let go completely and invite the energy of a higher frequency who would like to express through you. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
So easy.
Yeah, and that's how you do it. So I have done this. I have done this when I have been bereaved. I can write poetry, but then reread the words. I think I write all like that. It flows so easy. Yes, absolutely.
So
And
easy. Yeah.
it's so easy.
It's not forcing it, right? You're not thinking it. You're just allowing that flow to come through you.
Absolutely. And so I was really excited when I found a channeled writing that I wrote from 2016, because it's so poignant to what we are talking about today. And so I was excited because it says, the biggest distraction and illusion is the belief that we were born to do something. Our only purpose here on earth as a soul is to experience what we want to experience. The interesting part is the old programs and the old beliefs have taught us to not believe in oneness and unity. Our soul tells us a different story. And this is how we can let go of all distractions and get truly focused on living the life that we choose to experience. When we stop all distractions and truly listen to our soul, we will receive divine inspiration that will inspire action that feels really good. Enthusiasm is the key. Follow your bliss, as Joseph Campbell always said. So beautifully, he expressed that in The Hero's Journey. We work on projects from a place of fear and scarcity, then we become distracted and feel it is a struggle. If we ever feel anything is a struggle, say stop. Self take over, please. Remember in school when we were on fire, and when they would say that we were on fire and they would say stop, drop, and roll? You are trying or to make something happen. Stop, drop into your heart and roll with the flow.
I love that.
Ask for guidance from your angels and be silent as you receive. Step many times into your heart as you can and rest and let go. Follow your intuition and everything will start to make sense. Follow what feels good. Optimize and feel good. Concentrate and unplug and stay focused in the here and now. Because future tripping and regret gripping will distract you from this now moment. What are you putting your focus on? Because focus is what creates and manifests into your life. Ask yourself in each moment, am I here now? This brings you back to your sacred self every time. More often, I have been asking myself, what would somebody who loves themselves do? What would somebody who's being kind to themselves do at this time? What would somebody who's being kind to themselves say to themselves right now? Because we can be so hurtful in the words that we say. So that was the message that I had. Our physical body and all of our life experiences are the vehicle that we drive into consciousness and pure loving awareness. That brings us home that we never left. Our emotions are the true GPS of how we feel, is the indication if we're getting closer or moving away from loving awareness.
So beautiful, Karen. And that was 4 years ago. You
4
know,
years ago.
I just recently went back to some things that I did 4 years ago,
Yeah.
and they were so poignant and
Mhm.
really relate to what's going on right now, this time that's for us to go inside,
Yeah.
really connect with our spirit self.
Yeah.
That's, to me, that's what this is all about. This is a reboot, a reset, so that we can take that time out and really connect with ourselves and get to know who we are. So many are caught up, or were caught up in the busyness of life.
Yeah.
And it's like, our life was passing us by without us really getting to know who we are.
And now instead of going within, people are complaining that they don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
I'm just so bored. What do I do with myself? Well, I'm really enjoying the time with myself. I'm really enjoying the time in nature. I have never loved spring as much as I have this year. I find myself just really, just completely mesmerized by the buds on the trees. And yeah, I feel the roses, watching the buds start to just open, and seeing all the beautiful flowers. And it's just incredible. Every morning I'm excited to see what's next to play in.
I think we're seeing things that we just had never paid attention to before
Yeah.
because of all the chatter, because
Yeah.
there's all this
And
noise.
the birds even sound like they're singing louder.
Gosh, they are. I love
They
our
really
ospreys
do.
here. The ospreys here sing to me every day.
Oh, it's
Love that.
beautiful.
I
I
love
can't wait to come there in June.
you are. I'm so excited. I want to welcome Carol Allen. Hi,
Yeah.
Carol. Thanks for finding us. And Deb's Deb jumped in, and Bernadette. Thank you all for finding us and share this out. And Wendy says, I'm not bored. I love isolation. Um, I do too. I like my quiet time, but I also I really do miss being able to go out
Hug.
and socialize with the people that I was used to being around. And we have a wonderful place. And Karen, did you go there to Love and Light Spiritual?
Yeah, we did the puppy. We
Oh,
did
that's
the
right. You did do
training.
that. So
Yeah.
so there's that wonderful place that I go to. I do angel circles there and teach classes there. So that's what I'm missing. That's the piece that's like, oh, I really did enjoy doing that. But the important thing to realize, we can complain about this isolation all we want. The
Mhm.
important thing is to look at how are we handling it? What are we doing with this time, with our downtime? And one thing that I have issued the challenge of all over the world, I want it to go viral. So help me, you all spread this out worldwide, is to do letters of love. The letters of love is writing down what you're experiencing right now. What are you feeling? What's happening? What's coming up for you? And what's important for you to look at during this time that you have on your hands, right? And then the other part of that is, what changes do I want to take with me when I do integrate back into a social setting?
Yeah.
How do I want to bring the new me forward into this new earth? Because it's not going to be the same. So, what do I want to remember from this time that I've got? Write it down, hand write it. And the angels tell me that's really important, to handwrite these letters, because it puts your energy into the letter. It puts all of your energy in there. So that's one part of it. And that's the challenge I issue to anybody that's listening. If you want to take on that challenge, write that letter to yourself. And I've actually written two now. I've got a part one and a part two, and I'm sure there'll be more parts. But doing that was so cathartic
Mhm.
because I was able to write out what was changing for me. And it
Mhm.
was so beautiful. So I challenge anybody listening, write a letter to yourself and put it somewhere, share it with one person and then put it somewhere safe. So that when we come out on the other side of this, Karen, we can look at those letters and we can say, oh, I promised myself I was going to do more meditation. I
Mhm.
promised myself I was going to be more positive. I was going to really look with spiritual eyes and not with what my physical eyes were seeing. So I
Mhm.
think that's so important right now for us to do that. And then the second part is, right now we're all being forced into staying put, stay home, stay safe, right? But we can still reach out. We can still write a letter, handwrite a letter to somebody and mail it off. When's the last time you got a handwritten letter, Karen?
My grandma used to always send me handwritten letters.
And wasn't that so special?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm encouraging people to do, to really reach out with a handwritten letter, a card, whatever it is. Just handwrite a note
Yeah.
and put your love into that. Your
Yeah.
energy's going into it because you're handwriting it. And
Mhm.
they're going to feel that energy when they see it and they read it and they hold it in their hands. They're
Yeah.
feeling your energy.
Yeah.
So this is a way to connect all around the world.
Absolutely. I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. I think it's perfect, and I will be happy to help it go viral. And I mean, I think it's what we need is
Yes.
these handwritten letters. My grandma and I, we were pen pals for my whole childhood because she lived in Florida and I lived in Massachusetts. And I remember writing, "Dear Grandma and Grandpa," and writing those letters, and even all the way up until she passed, just a couple years ago, but she was 97 years old. I had her my entire life. She was with me my first week of my life. My mom had to have her appendix out right after she gave birth to me. And so I was with my grandmother before I was with my mother. And it was incredible, the bond that I had with her. And my own daughter, that was her great grandmother, and she would write letters also. And my my grandma, she never got into internet, or of course, or having emails or anything. So right up until the end of her time here, we sent letters back and forth, and I have all of them. I read them, and I remember her wisdom. And I can't wait to send one to Sherry's mom, and because I've loved being a part of seeing her fulfill her dreams and do all her artwork. And so we're going to put that address in there too, you said, right? So you have.
The address is in the Angelic River family group. And Wendy, I know you're still watching. Can you put that in the comments for people, honey, so they can find the group? And we have a link in there that has the address to write a letter to Sherry Meyer's mother. Her mother, Sylvia, is in hospice and Sherry is there with her. And we're going to bombard her with love. We are
Yeah.
just going to send her so many letters and cards. I said today, wouldn't it be one? I did the what if. What if the mailman had to bring this big bag of letters and cards into Sylvia, into where she's at right now? And I
Yeah.
can see the look on Sherry's face as those start to come in. Yeah,
Awesome.
let's lift her and Sherry up with love.
Yes.
I'm typing in an email address. It's Teri at lettersoflove.me. And I want you to get in touch with me. If you want to be involved in helping this go viral, let me know. And we're going to collect some of your letters and put them on that website, lettersoflove.me.
Beautiful. And yes, April, it's wonderful that you're here. And yes, you attracted this message. And it is confirmation. The angels have said over and over again, we humans love confirmation. So love on this confirmation, love that you brought yourself into this moment, that you actually attracted this message, that you're open to receive it. When you're open to receive, when you are open to receive, you receive so much. It's incredible when you're open to receive. And all you have to say is, I believe in angels. And when you say, I believe in angels, you shift your energy so that the angels can come and help you. I call in Archangel Michael every morning. Lord Michael to the left, Lord Michael to the right, Lord Michael above, Lord Michael below. Archangel Michael, be with me wherever I go. I am love protected here. I am love protected here. I put this beautiful orb of protection around me, and I ask Archangel Michael to deflect away any energies that are not for my highest good, amplify the energies that are for my highest good. I put my husband, my daughter, my sister, I put everybody in this beautiful orb of protection, and then I let them go and have their own human experience.
Yeah.
And I don't try to change or fix them or, have any kind of, I did for so long though, Teri. I did for so long. My belief was I need to help everybody to see their own magnificence. It's my job to help them wake up. And really it pushes people away. It pushes people away because you're not seeing their essence.
Yeah.
You're only seeing their flaws. And when we see somebody's flaws, what we focus on expands,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
If you don't like something about some situation, ignore it completely. Don't put any attention on it. Because
And also, the angels have shared with me, there's nothing to be fixed. There's
nothing to be
nothing to be
fixed.
fixed. There's nothing to be healed. When we see somebody as imperfect, as something wrong, we're not seeing their divinity. We're not seeing their spirit inside. So the angels have said all of us are perfectly imperfect, and we're all, like we were talking earlier about, we're all living our movies.
Yeah.
We're all living out our movies. So what you see in somebody that you think is an imperfection, that there's something wrong, that's their part they're playing in their movie. That's them living out their script they wrote before they even came here into this incarnation.
Mm.
And they need that experience to learn from, to learn that lesson, to complete something in their journey that they came here to complete. So when we try to change somebody, Karen, we try to fix what's wrong with them, we're really interfering with their life lesson and with their
Yeah.
spiritual growth.
And
So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, and one of my amazing master teachers who was in the physical with me for 14 years, Trini, used to say to me, and I finally get it. I finally get it. Like she would say it to me all the time. If you don't let people have their own experiences, you stunt their spiritual growth.
Exactly.
And if you are trying to lighten the load and you are trying to make things easier for somebody, they set that up in their script. They set that up in their experience. So if you step in and you start to intercede and say, oh no, the angels say this, and no, and you need to not think that way. And if you think that way, you bring it about, and it can just be, this is where I'm saying I have learned so much about myself, my true self, my real self, because the self who was always wanting to fix people was the self who didn't feel she was complete.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was mirroring it.
People are mirrors. We're mirrors for each other.
Yeah.
So if we're seeing a flaw, if I see a flaw in you, Karen, I have to look at me and say, what is that in me that needs to come up for me to release, to heal it, to acknowledge it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Knowledge. That's the first part of a healing taking place.
Yeah, it was me too, Wendy. It was me too. I realized something about myself, and I thought it was me just wanting to be kind, and I thought it was the part of me that just wanted to be compassionate and help people and always wanting to help people. But the truth was, it was the part of me who wanted recognition, who wanted to be seen as the person who helps, and wanted to have that confirmation of outside recognition because I didn't have it within at that time. And I was constantly looking for it outside, and it was never fulfilling enough. And this is why this time that we have right now is so crucial to our evolution as the human revolution, as the human evolves. Because I really believe with all my heart and soul that my human challenges have helped hundreds of thousands of people, because I have been so transparent. And through it all, I shared everything.
Right.
Like when I write this book that I'm writing right now, Keep Shining, which is keep shining is be the love and light in the world, no matter what your challenges are. When I write this book, I'm gonna share every single part of the transparency and the old false masks that I wore, and the false selves that existed. I had so many, and I didn't realize it because I always told myself that I was a good person and that I'm just trying to help the world and I'm just trying to help everybody to have a better life. But really, it was me not feeling like I was doing enough.
Yeah.
It was sad. It was a crashing, and I was clinging to it. I was like, no, that's not true. That can't be it. That can't be it. He just needs to change. She just needs to change. It can't be me. It can't be me.
Can't be me. Oh my God. Times in our life do we say that? It's not me. And there's a song that says that. It ain't.
And Frank Sinatra, I did it my way.
Oh yeah, I love my friend.
Regrets.
Yeah,
I have a few.
It wasn't me, and I used to sing that song all the time. And I used to have a shirt that said that. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. But Frank Sinatra, that song, regrets. I had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway. But then you get to say to yourself, look, I did it my way. And that's what everybody deserves. Everybody on the planet, every human. We don't need to tell them how to do their human experience.
That's right.
Even if we do feel that we had some kind of wisdom that could help them, we need to bite our lip.
Yeah, because that's what it's all about, is living our life and living it the way that we said we were going to.
Yeah.
We made that commitment when we came into this body. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be this person. I'm going to experience these experiences that I need to go through for my evolution. So let's stop interfering with other people. And I want to just read Sharon's comment. These restrictions are squeezing the human essence out of everyone, bringing it into the open. It's wonderful. Yes. Thank you. Karen, I know we're running out of time. I have loved this discussion. I know there's much more that we want to talk about and discuss. Karen and I are together every Thursday for this show. It's called Thankful Thursday, which we certainly are.
So thankful. So thankful. And that was my dad's favorite too, Wendy. I sing with my dad. My dad has early Alzheimer's, so I sing with him. I design musical coloring books, so I'm working on a musical coloring book for seniors now because of my dad. He's been such an inspiration to me. It's because of my dad that I love music so much. And it's also because of my dad that I had such a fear of rejection. It's also because of my dad that I had such a need for recognition. It's also because of my dad that I felt like I needed people to approve of my singing because he was very unkind to me as a child. And so these things are so important that we really start to look at, am I being my true self?
Right.
You can ask yourself that in every instant, in every moment, in any chance that you have. When you are fully present with somebody, as Teri and I are with each other, Teri's been such a mirror to me and such a gift to me as a friend, as somebody who is my mentor, somebody who I can look up to and believe in. and somebody who sees me as a mentor who can look up and believe in. And so we are equal. And when we realize that we're all equal and nobody knows more and nobody knows less, and we all are in this together, we're all having this human experience, and we've all kind of forgotten that it's an illusion that we're separate. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
And
There's
it's,
no inequality. There
yeah,
is no inequality. And we talked this morning on the morning show, the coffee and conversation show that I have come to love so much.
yeah.
Talked about, there's no competition, there's no
Um,
comparison. There just
it's
is.
all ego.
All of
It's
us
all false.
going through this together. Nobody's higher or lower or
And,
more
and
evolved or anything like that. We're just going through this together. And
for
as
me,
we said, Karen, it
yeah.
is what it is.
It is what it is. As we started the whole conversation, just
Yeah.
accept it. It is what it is. Just like when the computer doesn't quite do what you want it to, it is what it is. If your husband doesn't do what you quite want him to, it is what it is. Your daughter, your sister, your mother, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. They are who they are. It's,
Yeah. Just let
I
them
can
be.
love you and accept you exactly as you are because I want you to love and accept me exactly as I am. And remember, fear is false evidence appearing real.
Yes.
And if we believe in that false evidence, if we believe in those false limiting beliefs, then we actually bring it into our experience.
We do.
We're that powerful.
It's so beautiful. And we have had an absolutely wonderful, amazing group with us today. And Wendy, I saw your comment apologizing for typing in too much. There is never too
Oh,
much
I love
interaction
it.
on our
Yeah.
lives. We love that you
Yeah.
interact with us. And thank you for your beautiful words, honey. I see all that you're saying, and thank you so much. Karen, before we sign off, I just want to make a couple of announcements of things we've
Yeah.
got coming up that are so exciting. On well, tomorrow, what's going on tomorrow? I don't remember. Saturday, we're coming to dinner together. We're doing Enlightened World's doing another come to dinner. And Kevin Morris, who is my angelic Reiki master teacher, is going to be the host. So come see Kevin. He's going to blast us with some angelic Reiki energy. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night at 8 o'clock, Gerald Ann is doing her Rising Up with Gerald Ann show. So please come in and support her and let's really show her that love. I believe she has Jane Mountrose on her show as a guest this week.
Ooh, exciting.
And then Sunday morning, we do our 10 o'clock silent meditation on Enlightened World. Right after, we're doing Come to the Table. It'll be a roundtable discussion, bringing up spiritual subjects and just having an open discussion around the table.
And Sunday is Golden Rule Day.
Oh, wonderful. And then at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, this is the one I really want you all to pay attention to. We're doing Acknowledge, Release, Heal workshop, where we're going. Gerald Ann Heatherdale will be first of working on bringing out those emotions, talking about them, identifying them, acknowledging them. And then I will do a release with us. Karen, you've done my releases before. You
They're
know
awesome.
how
Yeah, they're
powerful
awesome.
that is.
Yeah.
And some of you experienced it. We did this recently in the Angelic River Family Group. We actually I lead you through a release process where you let go of those emotions that you acknowledged in the first section. And then Kevin Morris will come in and do a full angelic Reiki healing, accompanied by his students, including myself and Gerald Ann, and a few other people will be there. We do a full healing. And then we take time after that for you to process what you felt and discuss that. So the link is in the Enlightened World event on that page. It's also in Angelic River Family. You can find that in that group where we posted the link for anybody to come in and be with us. It's a Zoom meeting.
Awesome.
So there's the Zoom link already pasted. You can save that, write it down, whatever you have to do. 3 o'clock Eastern time on Sunday, we're going to hold this powerful release because it's so needed right now.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to clear and let go of the lower vibration emotions so we can get excited about what's coming. It's going to be a whole new world for us, and we need to be excited about it. I'm getting excited about it.
I'm super excited about it too.
Yeah, so come join us. Oh, I can't wait. And Karen, do you have any announcements, things that are going on with you?
Well, I would love to invite people, if they'd like to learn more, if they go to peace2030.earth. We are working to have a Peace on Earth Games, and that is Teri's going to be one of our peace leaders.
I am.
And
You all better join my team.
and we are looking for more peace leaders in your community. And the way that you become a peace leader is just, you can go to peace2030.earth, and then you just click on where it says, I will carry the torch. And when you carry the torch, it means that we are going to reach by 2030, 40 million people believing that peace is possible. So by 2030, in this first year, we have already 200 teams. We have 200 peace zones. So when you become a peace leader, your city will become a peace zone. And I got my mayor to join, and I already have my eight team leaders. So it's really exciting and it's really fun. And you know, peace on earth is possible if enough of us believe it. And this is what this man did. And you can watch the film, you can watch what he did in 1986. And this is going to be the 34th anniversary. We're going to have a big celebration in New York City, and it's called Peace Weekend. You know, it's worldpeaceweekend.com. We're going to have a hub of all the peace events that are happening for that whole time. And that's about it. I'll keep telling you everything about
interrupt you, but Wendy's asking about the website. Is it peace2030.earth?
Yes.
It's 2030, Wendy, peace2030.earth.
2030.earth. Yep.
Yeah. And I just need to answer Sharon's question about Sunday. Yes, it is a Zoom. You do not have to turn your video camera on, though, if you don't want to be seen on the screen. You don't have to do that. You can participate by listening and by your voice when we get to the end of it. So don't be afraid that you have to do something, because we want you to experience this. Okay.
Can I type it in here? I'm going to try and type it in here.
I love our little group in the Angelic River group. There's humor there. We lift each other up with humor. So that's the last announcement. If you all want to come join Angelic River family, we are growing. We are already over 200 members, and we just started it. So come join us, be with us, and bring people in that are spiritual or seeking spirituality and seeking to be supported, because that's my mission. That's what I'm on a mission for, is to support people in your journey and to have peace. And Karen, you and I bonded over the desire to have peace on earth. And that's when I first met Karen.
How it all started.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Peace Initiative.
And this is going to be this is the year that they're going to have the World Parliament on Spirituality. This is the 4th year. So it's going to be in this year. And I believe that Daryl was saying that it's going to be in like 4 parts of the world. One is going to be in the United States, one's going to be in India, one's going to be in Asia, and I think another one is going to be in Africa.
Great. He's going to be with us at Enlightened World for one of our days of transformation. I can't wait to hear him talk. That'll be awesome. Okay, we really have to go. I smell food cooking.
Yay! Oh, I know. Geraldine's such a great chef.
Gosh, she's amazing. So, and I can't wait for you to come and experience.
I know. I can't wait. And that's going to happen in June, so people can put that on their calendar and get excited for it.
Put it on your calendar.
By June, we're going to be hugging again.
And we're going to be teaching top heels animals, and I can't wait. You know, I've been doing it with Angel, Joanne's dog. And she's got a little bit of hip issue going on, so we need to have a session with you and I together. And
absolutely.
Energy.
I'd love that.
Yeah, but we'll be teaching the modality. It's Time Heals Animals. Our book is out. It's on Amazon. It's called Time Heals for Animals Love Revolution. So go grab your copy of it. It's on Kindle and it's on paperback. So, all right, we got to go. I love you so
Love
much. And
you.
I love all of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for all those hearts. I see them flying by there.
Yes. And let's write those love letters.
Write your love letter. Tell other people about it. Send me a message, Terry at love letters of love .me, and tell me that you want to have your letter on our website. We're so excited. Bye everybody, have a great night. I love you.